Hey, what is up guys, Card Shuffler 99 here. Today we're going to show you guys how to do Collins Keys AGT audition trick where you put a dollar bill into a bag of chips. It's a pretty cool trick. Collins is an amazing magician, so if you haven't seen the trick, the performance is going to be, there's a link to it in the description section, so if you haven't seen it, go click on that and subscribe to Collins Keys channel, and let's get into it. But we do have a contest on our channel. If you guys want to enter, you'll see a pop-up for our instruction video on how to enter right now. So you can just click on that pop-up and it'll take you straight to the video.
$30 gift card. Pretty cool.
So let's get into the trick. So I'm going to start out by showing you guys how he set up the trick, and then I'll teach you guys how to actually do the trick. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you guys a dollar bill. And let's see if I can get this to focus here. There you go. You can see that the C and the 0, the last two digits in the serial number, you can see the C curves inwards, right? And it curves to the point where if you put the slightest line on that C, and I'm looking at the last digit here, that's a C. If you put the slightest line there, you can make it look exactly like the 0, and the 0 is right to its straight to its left. So you can see here, if you just put the slightest line, the C, and you make it a 0, they will match perfectly. And that's important to understand when going into this trick. Now, let's say if I don't know if you guys know this, but an I on a dollar bill is just a straight line. So an I could be turned into an L. So any of this could have been done. Now, what we think is that he took two different dollar bills and he made a duplicate dollar bill. So if you ever go to the bank, you can make success. You can get if you order a stack of ones, they'll give you brand new ones, and you just got to go to the bank, and basically the serial number, let's say the serial number is 1167, the one right behind it would be 1168, 1169, etc. So what we think is that he took two successive bills, or two close bills, and he made the serial number the same by just changing, for example, an I to an L, or, a C to a 0. Any of these things could have been possible. And you really, if you look at it, you really only need a really thin colored pencil that matches the color, and you can make the line there. And if you just start folding the bill right along the letter, nobody's going to notice because there's all these crumbles around it. If you notice, the bill actually did have crumbles on it. So this is what we think he did. He had two bills, okay? Two bills with matching serial numbers, and that's the setup right there. And then he had one more bill of flash paper, okay? And we'll explain why he needed flash paper in a second. So here's the setup, okay? He took two duplicate bills, and he opened a preset bag of chips. Now, you want to open the bag from the bottom, okay? We open it from the top here, but you can see if you just, if you just take a bag, you pop it open like that, it opens perfectly nearly, right? All you have to do is take one of the duplicates. You can fold it up any way you want, and you're going to stick it inside the bag, okay? From there, you can take double-sided tape. Now, remember, this is all going to be done from the bottom. You can take double-sided tape here, or you can use better, hot glue, anything like that. They actually sell, a gadget on Amazon where you can actually seal a bag of chips with, heat. And you would just close the bag of chips. And remember, this whole thing is going to be done from the bottom because nobody's gonna open a bag of chips from the bottom. They're going to open it from the top. So if you seal it, we're kind of rushing here, but you just have to seal it nicely. We use double-sided tape. We recommend you guys use hot glue or any really good adhesive, really. So you would have one of the duplicates inside this bag, okay? So that's the setup. After that, remember you had two duplicate bills. He asked to borrow a bill from Howie. Howie gave him a bill. If you noticed, Howie actually folded the bill. Now, I don't know if this is going to be, completely accurate, but he folded the bill, and if you look at the bill that they took the serial number off of, it didn't have a fold that went across like that on the right side. But this is what we believe he did. So he borrowed a bill, and he had one palmed in his hand. So he has one duplicate inside the bag, and the other duplicate is going to be palmed inside his hand, right? And you have to understand, even though it looks like he had nothing in his hand, he's a magician. He can hide it from you. That's what magicians do. They hide dollar bills from you by palming it. So he borrowed a dollar bill, and he just switched it out. Now, a way he could have done this was just taken the bill that Howie gave. He could have had this bill right behind it, just like this. He could have just been showing this bill around and then eventually switched them out, okay? Now, we don't know too many dollar switches, but there's a lot of ways to switch a dollar bill out. You can look it up for yourself. A lot of really good ways to switch out a dollar bill. So what we believe is he took a dollar bill from Howie and he switched it out, right? So now Howie's bill is out of the question. All he has now is his duplicate bill in his hand that they're going to take the serial number off of, and the other duplicate is inside the bag, okay? And that's his entire setup. All he needed was 2 duplicates and some flash paper, right? Now let's talk about what he has. So now this part of the trick, he has his bag of chips. It's already set up with the 1 duplicate. He switched out Howie's bill for the other duplicate, and now all he has to do is have them write down the serial number. From there, he had to make another switch, okay? And you have to know, there's a lot of camera cuts on AGT. Not purposefully, I'm guessing, but a lot of times where, you know, they're showing the judges and not the magician, where he can slip something in his pocket. And he's sneaky, you know, he's a magician. So from here, take the dollar bill. He switched it out for a dollar bill of flash paper. If you guys don't know what flash paper is, it's basically this really thin piece of paper that you can, like, you know, I'm sure they sell dollar bill flash paper somewhere. But we're guessing that the serial number did not match on the flash paper. So what we believe is that when the bill he burned was not, you know, it wasn't a real bill, because a dollar bill will not burn like that. If you don't know what flash paper is, you can look it up. Basically what flash paper is, if you light it on fire, it sparks, it gives a flash, and then it completely disappears. It doesn't leave anything behind, and it burns in literally like a second. So that dollar bill he burned was just flash paper. He burned it, he chucked it into the air, and by the time it would come back down, you know, it's already gone, because it's flash paper. It's going to burn in a second. So at that point, the trick is literally done, okay? At that point, he has them open the bag. They open it, and all that's left behind is the one, you know, the $1 bill that's going to be inside the bag of chips. And that's the entire trick, guys. So one more time, the entire setup, all he needed was a dollar bill that's made out of flash paper, and he needed $2 bills that are matching serial numbers, and he could have done that by taking an I, making it an L, taking a 0, making a C. Those are just 2 examples. So he had 2 duplicate bills. He put 1 in here. He switched Howie's bill out for the other duplicate, and the entire trick is basically done. He just had them write down the duplicate serial number, and he just did a switch for flash paper. He burned the flash paper. He had them open the bag, and that's the entire trick, guys. Make sure you look at the actual performance, because you have to understand, when they took the bill out of the bag, it was literally folded like this, right? When did Collins Key fold the bill like that? He never did, right? And because Collins never went into the bag, you can understand that that had to be a duplicate, because he never folded, you know, the bill like this in the first place. He never touched the bag, so it's not like he could have slipped something in. So clearly what people don't understand is, if you put a dollar bill into a bag and it's folded differently, I mean, at least fold it the same way, but it was clearly a different bill because it was folded a different way. So that's really that part of the trick. You know, it definitely was a duplicate inside the bag. It definitely was flash paper the way it burned. And all he had to do was just switch out Howie's bill for a duplicate bill that matched the one in the bag. So that's really it for this trick. It's kind of a confusing tutorial, guys, but that's all we have for this video. And this is Card Shuffler 99. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, and peace out.